welcome to Water for Seeds. I am the president and founder, Mia Durr, and I want to welcome you today with our special guest, Mrs. Perez. She wanted to share some information and resources with parents out there who are struggling with children in school and just offer some tips and advice that parents can do at home and just letting you know that there are resources available to you and what those resources are. So we wanted to introduce, but before I get into that introduction, I just wanted to reiterate, welcome to Water for Seeds. We are a guide and a resource center for parents. Our mission is to improve both literacy and the overall quality of life of children in the United States. So with that being said, I'd like to welcome Mrs. Perez rather, and just allow her to give us a little bit about her background and let us know. So I wanted to start with, can you tell, Mrs. Perez, can you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and how long you've been working as a school counselor and how long you've been in education?
Yes, hello everyone. So I'll start it off with my education background. I went to LaSalle University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I studied elementary and special education, and eventually went to St. Mary's College in California and studied school counseling, marriage and family therapy, and personal clinical counseling. And my work experience, I've been a teacher assistant for kindergarten through third grade for about 3 years, and a school counselor for the past 9 years. And within the school counseling realm, I've done 4 years within elementary, 2 years in middle. And for the last 3 years, I've been working with the homeless and foster youth students within my school district. And I support kindergarten all the way through 12th grade with that specific population.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So you are definitely in completely in the element of children, our age range in specific. I'm focusing on right now that elementary age range. So I'm happy to hear that you can share some insights for the younger group in
Yes.
particular. Awesome. So I wanted to ask you, following up with the question is, what patterns or behaviors or areas of concern have you seen amongst children over the last 5 years or so, especially post-COVID? A lot of parents have been expressing concerns with teachers, and teachers have been expressing concerns with parents. And there seems to be a shift in behavior. And I'm wondering if COVID had any impact on that. And if anything, what have you seen, just in particular, in your experience over the years? What changes have you seen, or what areas of concern have you seen in terms of the behavior of children?
For student behavior, the biggest things, behaviors that I've seen is the lack of attention, impulsivity, um, boundaries, and also like students looking for attention. So attention where the like lack of focus within the classroom, but then also like looking for like positive interactions with different adults at the school. So just doing things to get attention, um, impulsivity and boundaries.
Okay.
And I saw those like before COVID, and even after. I think the most of the behaviors I've seen have been they they've been there like before and after COVID. The one that I would say like the I've seen a rise with is just more so absenteeism. And so that's like a big thing, across the country, is like we're trying to, get our kids to go to school. And I understand, why the absentee why the students are absent now with with COVID and everything. Like parents just really want to keep their kids safe, but we do need them in school too.
Okay, understood. Okay, so in terms of solutions for the parents, what do you think in terms of if you want to expound on the need for attention in particular, since you seem to notice that a lot, in addition to the absenteeism. But in particular with the attention,
Mhm.
what tips do you have for parents? What do you think it is that they're lacking, and what is it that parents can do at home to help to, I guess, regulate that need for attention? What do you think are some good tips that parents can practice at home with their children? What do you think the children really need to fill that need for attention, so to speak?
Definitely like incentives and like kind of like a support plan. I know in schools like we create support plans and any student can have access to it. I definitely would encourage parents, like if you feel like it's something that you're hearing that, the problem is like happening at school, then sit down and talk with the administrator, the school counselor, school social worker, teacher about creating a support plan. Um, yes, but when we think of support plans, we usually think about like the ones for special ed, like the IEPs, but we also have plans called SSTs, and I used to be in charge of those when I was at the middle school. Um, and SST just it stands for student support. Um, I don't. Well, we call them SSPs in the elementary, so it was student support plan. I forget what the T means for the middle school, but it just sits down and it breaks it down into what the student's strengths are, what's the area of concerns, and different things that the school can do to help support the students. So it could be if the school they have a counselor, maybe the counselor is doing check-ins with the kid, or some elementary schools they don't have counselors, so maybe it's like their favorite teacher doing a check-in with the kid. um Maybe the student might need like additional support, different tutoring for assignments for different topics like math or reading. But you can do a support plan at home too without even get if the problem hasn't even gone to the school. So a lot of what I've seen like my friends doing with like their kindergarten and first grade kids are like sticker charts.
Okay.
And so like kind of finding out like what's interesting for their child, and then what behavior they want to work on, and
Okay.
then rewarding them with stickers. And it doesn't have to be anything like you spend money on. Like it could be just something as simple as like you get TV time. You get to play a game or read a book with mom. It could be like really anything. Finding out what is your child interested in, because we us as individuals, we all have every different things that we're working for. Like for like me when I was a kid, like I just wanted parent approval. But like my brothers, for example, they wanted to play with video games. So, my mom had to do different things like that with us. So it could be something as simple as like, just sitting down with your child and playing a game with them, reading a book with them. It could be, taking them out to get an ice cream. Um, it could be, taking them to a movie. It could be anything. So that would be, yeah, my suggestion. That's something that can work in the home and also within the school. Um, and the school has their idea of so like how they're going to reward the student.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. So that you mentioned a lot about them getting in contact with the school, whether it be their through IEP or any special programs that the school has. So in terms of, you did kind of answer the question already, but I just wanted to reiterate, if they're having issues with their child behaviorally, and say for instance, we're now giving them the advice that when they get home, let's spend that time, let's like you said, take a walk, let's figure out what you're really good at, let's make a chart, and then let's figure out what behavior issue are you having and what is that concern linked to? Is it because you just feel like, mom and dad are not spending enough time with you? Or do you feel like it's just that school is really hard? If you feel like the classes are hard or the work is hard, then we can give you tutoring, make sure you get tutoring. And if it's not tutoring and it's there's something where as though you just feel like you need more time with mom or dad, then we can make that time. We can start, as parents, say, okay, I see that the lack of attention is that they just feel like they just want to take a walk with me. Like, as a parent, they just want to go out. They just want to spend time. And it, like you said, it may not cost money. It may be something as small as ice cream or just, making that time, or whether it be weekly or daily, just making sure we're sitting down with them. So if they're having issues with behavior in the classroom, or in the school rather, or if they feel like it's something related to their peers. So for instance, if a parent says, oh, my child is having an issue with this particular person's, they're going through bullying or they're experiencing issues with this particular classmate, and they're just acting out for XYZ reason, who are they talking to in the school? So if you can just answer that question, who do they talk to if they feel like they're kind of at their wits' end with their child experiencing issues non-home related, but more school.
Yes. I would suggest starting, because these two people would be at any school, would be the principal or the teacher. Just starting with those people. If there's counselors, that's definitely something that a school counselor could work on, is like a mediation between the two students. I would also even suggest the parents even getting together. So I know the school wouldn't be able to give the the other family's phone number or information to the parent, but like if the parent can find a way to get in contact with the other parent, you can make it more of a positive interaction, if possible. If possible.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. All right, so I wanted to just share with the audience that the importance of having these discussions is just so that we know that we're not alone as parents and that the resources are available. A lot of times we may tend to think that the issue is all of our own and that we're struggling with our child, we don't know what to do. And a lot of times as parents, we may feel scared or threatened to talk to the other parent. But sometimes just starting with a conversation, just as Mrs. Perez stated, may be the beginning, not being defensive, just starting
Mhm.
off calmly and, trying to figure out what the issue is so that the children can have a more amicable learning experience and just social experience once they get to school. But I like what you shared with sitting down with them, doing the sticker chart, just making sure that we're figuring out what is it that's causing the whether it be outbursts or attention seeking at school, figuring out what it is. I think the key takeaway from what you're saying is just that quality time. Like,
Yes. Yes. Students, children just want quality time from anyone they can get. So definitely, if it's at home, and sometimes, and kids don't even know how to even express that they need quality time either. So just something as simple as, like you said, going for a walk with your child can be wonderful.
yeah, for sure. Okay, well, these videos will be pretty much short format. I wanted to share some information with you. We will have more of these going forward, but I wanted to thank Mrs. Perez for your time today. I'm hoping that the parents that watch this, they find some inspiration or find something to think about, something that will help their children so that their learning environment once they get to school is a more positive experience for them, that they come in feeling like, okay, I feel supported. I feel like that conversation with my mom or my dad or family member was really helpful. And I can, have a more successful and peaceful learning experience as much as possible. And definitely getting the parents involved, having communication, not being afraid as a parent to reach out to the other one. And just try your best for sure. And definitely not getting defensive, just trying your best to come to a reasonable solution if possible. So, Ms. Perez, I want to thank you so much for your time today. And if there's any additional resources that you'd like to share, um, be sure to send it to me. But if you'd like to share anything with the audience before we go, just wanted to ask if there's any resources that parents can use before you go.
Yes, definitely wanted to tell everyone to check out your school district's website, depending on in what district you're at. There are a ton of websites. It's usually somewhere within like student services or like if there's like a family engagement tab. I know what for my school district it's under student services, and there should be like a resource tab within that. But they'll have just different resources that are just local to where you're at. And I'll send other resources that I know to you, Mia.
Yeah, please do, because some of the audience, it is open to the whole United States. So if someone in your district in particular can find that information helpful, that would be good. And I'll share it to the websites and to the social media outlets as well. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Ms. Perez. Thank you to everyone watching. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Please do comment any of your experiences at school, if you've had any issues with your children, how your resource officers have helped you in any way, and what can you share with others that would help them as well. So I'm going to thank everyone, and we'll see you again next time for Water for Seeds. I am Mia Durr, president and founder, and I will see you again next time. Bye.